How's it going, ladies and Bruces? I'm Bobby Sixkilla, and welcome back to Quantum Suicide. It's time for us to continue our path as a female now. We're on the female tree, working our way down. The start was the same, but the later stuff seems to be different. We are past Katashi's death at the moment, so I think we're getting close to the end-ish. Maybe this episode, next episode will hit an end. Hopefully we can work out some more words and figure out how to deactivate die. Let's get back into it. I didn't sleep well, I didn't have any nightmares, and I couldn't remember dreaming at all, but upon waking up, I felt awful. Maybe it was all the stress of these deletion games, and the watch. I felt weak, and I had a headache, and my throat felt very, very dry. However, when I coughed, it was chesty and weird. It wasn't stress. I was sick, and I didn't have time for it. I felt like I could get up and move, but where to go? I can go to the medic bay and see one of the Vogels. Maybe they could give me something that would help me feel better, but perhaps all I needed was a warm bath and a chance to relax. Yeah, maybe we should get some medicine. Even though I don't trust the Vogels. With all the stress I was under, I couldn't afford to be sick. What if I wasn't able to participate in the deletion game to my full potential? I hardly doubted that Dai would be sympathetic. It took effort to force myself out of bed and into some clothes, but I made it. Then I headed straight for the medic bay. Nicholas was there working at his desk. I could hear him humming to himself. At least someone was having a good morning. It was quite cute. I knocked the best I could on the metal door frame. Nicholas spun around in his chair to face me.
Good morning. Ooh, you look tired. Are you alright? Did you just get up?
Nicholas, I'm not feeling too well. He appeared beside me so fast it was like teleportation. One hand on my arm and the other on my back. He guided me to a bed and helped me sit down. Nicholas spoke in an amazingly calm tone that was quite comforting.
Let me take a look.
Nicholas put his hand down on my forehead, checking my temperature. Next, he put 2 fingers on the inside of my wrist, his lips moving very slightly as he counted to himself.
Here's the blood pressure.
Blood pressure. Nicholas wrapped a strap around my arm as the strap began expanding. The blood pressure machine beeped.
You have got the early symptoms of a cold.
Are you sure I'm not dying? Feels like I'm dying. What? We got the man flu, and we picked us to be the woman. Nicholas chuckled warmly.
But you should stay here for now. We cannot have you wandering around the ship infecting everyone else.
But I'm good at sharing. Sharing is caring. I pushed a smile through regardless of feeling so unwell.
That is so kind of you. Allow me to share the medic bay with you.
He helped me lie down and get my head on a pillow. It felt nice, a comfy spot for my sore head. He tucked the blankets in around me.
There you are. Now, get some sleep. Doctor's orders.
Nicholas smiled playfully, and I closed my eyes as I tried to drift off. I certainly felt like sleeping, but my dry throat and sore head were keeping me awake. And I was cold. I could hear Nicholas going about his work and occasionally coming over to check on me.
Are you having trouble sleeping? Do you need anything?
Drugs! What? I want you to join me? Okay. I just want to see what's going to happen. I'm cold, but if you lie down with me, I'll definitely warm up. Nicholas had begun to blush. Besides, I patted the bed beside me. You need to take a break from work. It was a pleasant surprise to see Nicholas momentarily speechless. His pink flushed cheeks were cute.
Well, that sounds delightful, but incredibly unprofessional.
I won't tell anyone if you don't. It could be our little secret. Dude, we didn't get to come on to people like that when we played as the male character. This is more fun.
But if you're contagious, I'd risk becoming ill.
It'd totally be worth it, I promise. That'll just add some excitement to your life. You catch my cold, won't you? Only one way to find out. Nicholas adjusted the blankets to tuck me in tighter, smiling.
I'll take a rain check. But I hope this isn't a one-time only offer. Plus, it'll be more fun when you can move your hands.
I realized that he tucked me in so tightly I couldn't move my hands. He was no longer blushing, but I certainly was. Unable to move, I had nothing to do but quickly drift off to sleep. Sometimes later, Nicholas woke me before finishing for the night.
How are you feeling?
A bit better. I still have a bit of a headache.
Do you need anything before I leave for the night?
A new head?
Good night. I will be back first thing in the morning.
Good night, Nicholas. A new head, please. Not that one, this one. Oh wait, I'm a woman, never mind. Good morning, rise and shine, kids. This is your friendly neighborhood AI requesting you to be in the dining hall within half an hour or face the consequences. I was startled awake by Dai's voice booming out of the intercom. A sudden shock was disorienting enough, but I realized I wasn't in my bed. Where was I? I repeat, we are ready. All systems go. This is not a drill. Get to that dining room in 29 minutes and 25 seconds. Oh, we know this so well. took me a few moments to adjust and reorient myself. I was in the medic bay. I'd come in feeling sick and Nicholas said I had a cold. I looked up at the clock on the wall. 5:15 a.m. Seriously? Die? She didn't appear. Nicholas said I might be contagious, that I should stay where I was to avoid spreading my virus. Die? It seemed like Di did not care if I was sick. I had to get up and go to the dining hall. I climbed out of bed. My head felt a little bit better, at least, despite Di's ear-shattering wake-up call. Perhaps a nice night of exhausted sleep had done me some good. I was halfway to the dining room when I ran into the rest of the team. Outside Beatrix and Nicholas's quarters, the twins were talking to Yoshiki. Nicholas' polished, suave demeanor was replaced with slouchy, bleary-eyed confusion. Beatrix was standing tall over Yoshiki, absolutely livid.
What the hell is wrong with you? What were you thinking?
It was Yoshiki and Kimiko, wasn't it? I rushed over to them. What happened? Did you break the rules?
I'm so sorry. I didn't. It was an accident.
Oh, well that makes it all so much better.
What happened?
It was Melody. I got up to go to the bathroom and she was crying. And Vladimir wasn't around, so I just...
Poor Yoshiki, this wasn't his fault. It was probably instinct to try and help Melody. I would have done the same.
What has happened has happened. Let us just get to the dining room and find out what your punishment is.
Oh no, she's not going to punish Melody too. She doesn't know any better.
She said the punishment was for everyone.
Nicholas was right. There was nothing we could do about it. We just have to hope for the best. Maybe Di'd be satisfied by punishing 8 people a little bit instead of one person a lot.
The punishment better be death, or I'll kill you myself.
Do not worry about her. She is not a morning person, even on a good day.
She's not a morning person, afternoon person, night person. She's barely human. We all entered the dining hall together. Team B was already there, sitting and waiting for us. Melody was sitting on Vladimir's lap, sobbing. Poor little thing must have been terrified when Di caught Yoshiki talking to her.
Welcome, welcome. It's about time Team A decided to grace us with their presence. As I'm sure you are already aware, the rule forbidding communication between teams has been broken.
Yes. Di was looking around the room and at the crew when she stopped and focused on Beatrix.
Oh, dearie me, Trixie. You're looking a bit rough around the edges this morning.
I just wish that people would have the courtesy to break the rules at a more sensible hour.
Oh, Trixie, you're such a hoot. Well, I'd say that's more than enough pleasantries for now. On to the punishment.
I look like shit in the morning too, but she looks demented.
Just punish me. I'm the one who broke the rules. Please, die.
I already told you two that this is a team sport.
Then just punish our team.
I'm afraid that's not possible, for you see, the punishment is...
She left a dramatic pause that seemed to last hours.
the Deletion Game!
There was silence again. What?
Huh? It's a shame to bring things forward, but Yoshiki and Melody gave me no choice. We are forced to hold the next round right now.
Now? It's not even 6 o'clock.
So
We are all tired.
And hungry.
We are not prepared. We have not agreed on a final strategy.
well, that's not my fault now, is it?
The captain scrambled to buy us all more time.
You want the game to be interesting, right? 8 tired people doing the very first thing they can think of will not be very exciting. What a shame.
Di considered this for a few moments.
This is why you're the captain. I appreciate you being considerate of my feelings. Okay, teams, new plan. I will allow you 10 minutes for strategy meetings. Team A stays here. Team B will meet in the kitchen.
But
Disperse!
Team B got out of their seats and filed past us, slow and slouching. Nicholas had already begun to lean forward, even before the door closed behind them.
I have 2 strategy suggestions.
How are you even awake?
First one is that we go the rounds with 2 people each time on 0, in order to spread the points over 2, increasing their personal pools and hopefully winning the rounds if the other team spread their points over 4 people.
And what's strategy 2?
Assume they are doing that and spread out points over 4 people.
Okay, so how do we spread the points?
We'd have to play it by ear until we saw the results of the first round.
That makes sense. No point nailing down a plan when there are so many variables in play.
I like the first idea, but one question.
Yes?
What if we lose? If our team loses the game, someone has to die. Right.
Should we choose who? And agree now?
You mean vote to kill one of us?
Unfortunately, we cannot decide it that way. After all, leaving the person allocated 9 points in every round might not win any.
I'll die. I broke the rules. I should be punished.
Again, your enthusiasm to sacrifice yourself is endearing, but that is not how the game works.
Well, Yoshiki's the engineer. He's got vital skills. I don't. I'll be the one to die.
Am I talking to myself here? That isn't how it works!
Yes, you're talking to yourself here.
Teams, your time is up.
That was not even close to 10.
Shut up. Di appeared beside us.
I got bored.
It was another minute before Team B returned. Di spent the entire time sighing dramatically and pretending to fall asleep. Once Team B was seated, she began the game. She sounds like a petulant child.
Thank you all very much for being here this morning. It's an honor to host this, the 4th Deletion Game and our first team event. Here's how the game will proceed. During each team's turn, the other team will wait outside. You will get up to 5 minutes to decide on your final point allocation. Then you will input your choice on the main terminal. All hands must be placed on the terminal to demonstrate team consensus. So, Team B, get out!
They scrambled to leave the room as quickly as they could. This wasn't entirely fair. They'd have 10 minutes in total, 5 outside and 5 in the room. But it would be useless to point it out.
Your 5 minutes starts now!
Okay, I've put together 3 configurations we could go with. Please choose which you would prefer.
It doesn't matter. Right now.
Is everyone in agreement?
Yes.
Yep.
I input the allocation using the terminal and everyone else placed their palms to approve it.
Thank you for your entry. Please exit the dining hall so that stinky Team B can assign their points.
We quickly shuffled out of the dining hall and Team B entered for their turn. Deep down, I was hoping for a result that meant one of them would be killed.
I hate this game.
I hate all the games. The door opened for us. Team B must have gone in with a clearly defined strategy. They must have barely talked about it before putting in their choice. We went back in and sat down, ready to hear the worst.
Why, hello, contestants. I didn't see you there.
Di laughed to herself before continuing.
Both teams have now inputted their selection, and so it is my pleasure and my privilege to announce the results of round 1.
Is inputted a word? Doesn't sound like a word.
And the winner of round 1 is...
It's a tie. Yeah?
Tie. Woo! Can you feel the tension? This is amazing! Let's move on to round 2. Team A, you are up again. Please follow me.
Di appeared to walk through the wall as we made our way back to the dining hall. Alrighty.
Your 5 minutes starts now.
A tie isn't ideal, but it could be worse. We could be losing.
I'm the only one with any individual points, though. So what should we do with this for this round?
We need to distribute some points between the rest of us.
Our options are the following.
Agreed. Let's go with this one.
Your input.
Yeah, shut up.
But we should...
I do not want to cut it that fine.
Jordan, if we lose, you and I need to make a tough decision. Don't even talk about that.
Team A, please re-enter the playing field. It is time to announce the results of round 2.
How many times do we need to go through this game? Given we had tied, it was no surprise to see the others sitting in the corner of the dining hall, looking glum. At least Melody had stopped crying.
Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Skate Pants. This round of the Deletion Game could not have proceeded without their support.
Can we please just get this over with?
Wow, rude. Do you want us to lose our funding?
Kinda, yeah.
Since Captain Impatience over here insists, allow me to present the results of round 2.
Di projected a screen using the same light she was made of. The winner of round 2 is... Team A. Maybe I put the money on the wrong horse here. Nicholas, we need to fix this.
I know, I'm thinking.
They'll be losing still.
Let's move on to round 3 then. Team A, you are up again. Please follow me.
Di appeared to walk through the walls. Yeah.
Your 5 minutes starts now.
Guys, we're losing.
I know, I'm thinking.
I don't want anyone to die.
Okay, here's what our options are.
Congratulations, Team B. After 3 rounds, you have come out victorious.
It doesn't
that
matter.
means Team A, you lose. Congrats! And the lucky winner of the wheel is Yoshiki. Congratulations, Yoshiki. Now, how to kill you. Can I get some suggestions from the audience?
None of us suggested anything. In my case, it was total shock.
No? What about you, ma'am? The lady with the scowl?
Must be Beatrix. This isn't funny, Dai. Oh no, it's Kimiko.
Congratulations, Yoshiki. You have won electrocution.
Oh, we've seen this one.
Well, I guess it's a fitting way for me to die.
What? How so?
Yoshiki's father accidentally electrocuted himself to death.
You could say it's something of a family specialty.
Well, this is one we've already seen then. It's a pretty strange family specialty. Yoshiki laughed half-heartedly at my poor attempt to lighten the mood.
Yeah. My family is pretty strange.
I can only imagine.
All right, I've surveyed the ship, and the best place to get electrocuted is the engineering bay. No surprise there.
No.
You all know the drill. Let's move it.
I like to move it. We started making our way toward the engineering bay. Yoshiki walked between me and the captain, chatting along the way, as if it were any other day.
Kimmy, do you think there's an afterlife?
What do you think, Yoshiki?
I think there might be.
I'm sure there is. And I'm sure your parents are waiting for you.
You really think so?
Of course I do. I'm just jealous they'll get to have you all to themselves.
The captain's eyes started to well up with tears, but she fought them back.
Well, don't worry, Kimmy. At this rate, I might see you next week.
Yoshiki grinned playfully at the captain.
I'll be sure to clean up before you arrive. I can't have you scolding me in the afterlife, too.
We'll see.
At that point, we arrived at the engineering bay where we found Dai standing in front of a fuse box, looking quite pleased with herself.
All right, Yoshiki, if you would step this way, open this box, and, grab onto some of the live wires, that would be awesome.
This isn't my first electrocution, Dai. I know how to kill myself.
I must admit, this one has the best dialogue. The funniest dialogue.
Oh, well. Sorry for trying to be helpful.
Well,
He takes it so well.
appears to be my stop.
Sorry, BFF, I'm gonna miss you.
I'm going to miss you, too. Could you do me a favor while I'm gone?
Name it.
Would you check in on Kimiko every once in a while?
You got it, Yoshiki.
She especially likes it if you're late all the time.
I'll try my best.
Yoshiki, I'm sorry.
This isn't your fault.
I just want to say, you saw Melody crying and you didn't even care about the rules. Thank you.
Of course I didn't care, Melody. You take care of your daddy, okay?
Melody was crying again, but she did her best to nod. Yoshiki said his goodbyes to everyone before hugging the captain, who began to cry despite her best efforts.
Kimmy, sis, I love you. And I always will.
I love you too, Yoshiki. I'm sorry I couldn't save you. I'm so sorry.
What did I say about crying?
The captain sniffled before pulling away from the hug to salute Yoshiki.
Officer Sasaki, thank you for your contributions to the Everett. You have been relieved of your duties.
The crew all saluted Yoshiki, who seemed embarrassed by all the attention. Dai cleared her throat and made a wrap-it-up gesture with her right hand.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yoshiki just smiled as he grabbed onto the exposed wires in the fuse box. His body jolted violently as thousands of volts ran through his body. The hairs on my head tingled as electricity filled the air. Its cacophonous cackle permeated the room, harsh to the ears. I held on to the captain, who looked as if she was moments away from reaching out and grabbing Yoshiki's twisted form. The last thing we needed right now is for more unnecessary deaths. After a few moments, Dai cut the power to the fuse box, and Yoshiki's burnt and lifeless body slumped to the ground.
Job well done, Dai. He's definitely dead.
Dai gave herself a small pat on the back. As soon as the electricity stopped, I let go of the captain, who was immediately on the ground with Yoshiki. She was propping him up in her lap, attempting to get any response.
Yoshiki? Yoshiki?
Nicholas knelt down to check on Yoshiki's vitals. He raised his head to meet the captain's eyes.
I'm sorry, Captain.
Should have let her grab him. Wonder what Dai would have done. Oh, she would have killed us all. The captain broke down into tears, hugging Yoshiki so tightly that her cries were muffled by his lifeless body. Captain,
Leave her be.
I stepped away from the captain and stood back with the rest of the crew.
We all have places to be. Let's get out of here and allow the captain to grieve in peace.
I stood for a moment longer, watching as the captain continued to cry into Yoshiki's chest. Unable to bear it any longer, I finally turned and left. Chapter 3. Now shit's getting serious, although we've seen that execution. I might leave it in anyway. Because it's relevant to the path we're on. I couldn't sleep. Yoshiki's death was my fault. I was the captain of our team and I felt entirely responsible for his death. I felt incredibly frustrated, so I decided to get up and vent my brimming anger at the gym. Once there, I mounted the treadmill and just ran. It wasn't until I stumbled, almost slipping on the running belt, that I realized that my tears had created a dangerous slick underfoot. I stepped off the treadmill and caught my breath on a bench nearby. I wiped my eyes and tried to stand. My legs didn't want to obey me. This is different.
Hey!
Huh?
Excuse me?
Nicholas? I opened my eyes and found Nicholas bending down over me, his hand gently rocking me awake.
Good morning.
I sat up suddenly, realizing that I'd fallen fast asleep sitting up in the gym. I must have looked a mess. Good morning, Nicholas.
I'm not a doctor, but sleeping on a bench in the gym is probably not great for your posture.
You sure about that? Nicholas smiled playfully.
Oh, wait, that's right, I am a doctor, and I do not recommend whatever this is.
Nicholas pointed at me, laughing. He took a seat next to me.
Are you okay?
I was having trouble sleeping, so I came and exercised.
Well, I would argue that it worked.
Maybe a little too well.
How do you feel after sleeping on a bench? Pain anywhere?
My neck's a bit sore, but nothing major. I guess it's to be expected. Nicholas reached around the back of my neck and started rubbing gently.
Did you intend to sleep here then?
Entirely accidental. I planned on returning to my quarters, but I kind of passed out the moment I hit the bench.
Well, try not to make it a habit. Your neck is telling me in no uncertain terms that it requires a bed next time.
I had no idea you were a neck whisperer.
Not just necks. I can talk to the rest of your body too.
Oh, you can you? What's mine saying right now?
It is pleading with you to shower.
Nicholas chuckled as I shrank at the embarrassment. I sighed as I got to my feet. Thanks for waking me up, Nicholas. I'm gonna go shower before breakfast.
I'm glad that I could help.
I'll see you at breakfast. I excused myself and headed straight to the baths. I tentatively stepped into the shower and immediately I was enveloped by the most heavenly sensation of warm water running over my stiff neck and shoulders. I kneaded my neck with my knuckles. Each pass made me feel a little less tight.
If only I could touch you, I could give you a hand.
Are you washing your hair? I screeched and spun around, almost toppling over, to find Di standing there in the shower with me. Di, you scared the living daylights out of me.
I find I have that effect on people.
Well, you are a murderer. A psychotic killing machine, so... Di laughed maniacally as she held her hand out to the cascading water. It just flowed right through it. Have you come to take a shower?
You know I'm an AI, right?
I do.
So, how or why would I shower?
Well, I understand that you don't need to, but it is quite relaxing, and I imagine that killing people is quite stressful. Di placed her hand over her chest, appearing legitimately touched.
I can't explain how much that means to me. Everyone else wants me dead.
You can't die, you're an AI.
But you care for me.
Di burst out into overly dramatic tears before stopping suddenly and glaring at me with extreme suspicion.
Wait, why do you care? What's in it for you?
I didn't see any benefit to antagonizing you.
So, you're nice to me because antagonizing me provides you with no reward?
I guess it's one way to put it.
I'm still a little hurt, but I'm also impressed by your emotional restraint and your prioritizing of logical reasoning.
Like I'm an AI, just like you.
Nothing turns a program on more. Meow.
I bet. Thank you.
Anywho, enough chit-chat.
Ugh.
You're to report to the dining hall for the new game explanation.
I hate the games. Is it that time already?
Yup.
Can I at least finish up here?
You know what? Sure. I'm very charitable this morning. I'll give you a whole 10 minutes to finish up and be in the dining hall.
Thanks, Di. I appreciate it.
Anytime, girlfriend.
Di faded away as I hastily finished my shower. She gave me 10 minutes, but I thought it might be best to get there as soon as possible. Just in case. Knowing her, she'll probably change her mind after 2 minutes. And then have us executed for being late. I walked into the dining hall with a minute to spare and saw the rest of the crew were present and seated.
You are late.
I thought I had 10 minutes.
You did. They didn't.
What? She's getting favoritism?
Yes.
That's not fair.
Me and Di, BFFs. Fuck you, Beatrix.
Green doesn't suit you, Trixie.
Who cares? Let's just get on with it.
The entire room turned to Shizuka. Such an outburst was extremely unlike her.
Did I say that out loud?
Who knew that the kitten had claws? I love it.
Shizuka shrunk visibly, trying her hardest to disappear through the back of the seat. I'm sorry for being late, it wasn't my intention.
Very well. Take a seat. Dai, please begin.
You're not the boss of me. I'll start when I want to start.
Dai pouted and stood with her arms folded like a child. The room sat in silence, restlessly waiting for the stalemate to break.
Okay, we can start, but only because I want to.
Of course.
Welcome to this week's Deletion Game.
I stared sleeplessly at the ceiling of my quarters for the most of the night. I stared sleeplessly at the ceiling of my quarters for most of the night. Sleep expertly eluded me, and I was becoming more and more frustrated. Perhaps it was time for another approach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
May I interrupt your counting of...
Sheep? Sheep, I'm counting sheep.
I have scanned the interior of the ship, and I cannot locate the sheep you speak of. Would you like me to put the ship on lockdown until they have been found?
No, it's alright. It's nice to see you. Seriously, how are you? It's so nice to see you.
Are you okay? Your voice patterns and frequency do not match the normal ones that I have on record.
I'm having trouble sleeping, so I appreciate any company.
This is fitting then. The captain has requested your attendance on the bridge.
Mine? Why?
She has some concerns that she hopes you can alleviate. Shall I tell her to expect you?
Yes, of course, I'm on my way. Before I could react, I was already out the door and on the bridge in record time. Good morning, Captain. How can I help you this morning? The captain turned slowly on her chair and then stood to face me. Her face very quickly shifted from concerned to bemused. Captain, what's wrong?
We will get to that in just a moment. More importantly, where are your clothes?
I looked down and realized I was in such a hurry to leave my quarters that I was still in the singlet and shorts I slept in. Isn't today Casual Dress Friday? The captain broke into raucous laughter.
Oh, not only is it absolutely ludicrous, but it is also Saturday.
How do you keep track of time around here? Wait, it's Saturday?
Stop! You were killing me.
I checked my tablet discreetly to confirm this. Huh, guess it's Saturday.
Thank you. You always make me laugh.
I decided to come clean with the captain after hearing the captain laugh. The tension was broken. I'm sorry for deceiving you, Captain. I actually forgot. I haven't been sleeping well and it's left me a bit airheaded.
I understand. Everyone is handling the situation in different ways. These are hard times.
Thank you, Captain.
Have you considered milk?
Sorry, what?
Have you considered drinking warm milk before going to bed?
Does that help?
It has helped me greatly in my times of need. And it also has the extra benefit of sating hunger as well.
Oh, we got a double Kimiko again. Wow, really? Alright, I'll give it a shot.
I hope it works well for you.
So, why am I here, Captain?
Just over a week ago, I made the choice to stay on course towards the black hole.
Oh, I remember. And your argument made sense. What's
We
the
will
problem?
be at the closest...
Back to cabin. Oh, we're going to the kitchen. Alright. I left the bridge and made a beeline for the kitchen. I arrived to find someone poking around in the fridge. Katachi?
Sorry to disappoint you.
Oh, Nicholas. Oh my god. That's our emo right there. After Yoshiki's death, I've accepted that I'm a continual disappointment. Whew. Sorry, I'm really tired and I just assumed you'd be Katashi.
I understand. That is a reasonable expectation. After all, you did find me in the fridge.
Personally, I would have thought it was Shizuka. Thanks for understanding.
Do you keep waking from sleep, or are you having trouble getting to sleep at all?
I'm not even getting close to drifting off. I tried counting sheep, but that didn't work either.
Are you here to get a drink of milk?
How did you know?
Educated guess. Milk contains not only melatonin, but tryptophan, which causes the brain to produce serotonin, helping induce sleep.
Boring. Yeah, the captain suggested it as well.
Well, it was a good suggestion. I have an idea. Why don't you go have a quick shower, and I will bring you a glass of warm milk once you are finished.
What's this guy's obsession with me washing? Jesus Christ. I have to wash 2 times a day under his rule. Jesus. Didn't we already just have a shower today? A shower?
Warm showers can help with regulating your body temperature, and the resultant drop in temperature afterwards can also assist in sleeping.
How much hot water do we have around here? Milk won't be enough?
It may be, but the shotgun strategy seems to be the best one here.
That sounds dangerous.
Well, it is not exactly a medical term. It means taking multiple approaches in the hope that one will work. The more things we fire at you, the more likely it is that one will hit. Hence, shotgun strategy.
That's true, but that means if it does hit, you don't know which one of them actually worked. Alright, I'm convinced. I'll take a shower and meet you back here.
Never mind that, I will come to your quarters. Do your best to relax, and be prepared for some amazing sleep.
Thanks, Nicholas. Okay, I'm off. I left the kitchen excited by the prospect of sleep. I took my time in the warm shower and then headed back to my quarters to await my room service. Barkeep? Bring me my milk. Just as I changed into my nightclothes, Nicholas appeared.
Knock, knock.
Just a second. After I was done, Nicholas entered with a brimming glass of milk in hand, balancing like an experienced waiter.
Here we go. I hope your shower was enjoyable.
Only one way to find out if it worked. I brought the milk to my lips, then paused when it came to me that I'd never asked why Nicholas was even up at this hour. Nicholas, why are you still awake?
I was notified that the captain's vital signs were elevated, signs of distress.
Did I take?
Yes, she did. I got up to check on the captain, but I noticed you were already with her. Because I was now up, I did what any normal man would, and I stopped for a snack on the way to bed.
What did you I was rudely interrupted by my own huge yawn. Nicholas smiled, seeing that his sleep remedy was taking effect.
I found a slice of cheesecake. It was delicious. I have saved you some for later.
I murmured a reply, but exhaustion made it mostly incoherent.
Good night. Rest well.
And with that, it must be time to wrap this episode
Knock,
up.
knock.
Nicholas, do you mind? We're going to wrap this one up here, and we'll continue talking to Nicholas in the next one. I guess we're dating Nicholas now. Apparently. In the next one, we should hit the watch activating, so we'll hit the jump and the no jump ending. If we're very lucky, when we do the jump, we will get one of the words that will deactivate die. And then we'll have 3. And if we're not lucky, we won't. So I guess we'll find out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.